All right, now that we're done with that, I apologize. We're going to jump in here, and the first thing I got to tell you, Israel, we talked about a little bit earlier, that stunt yesterday in the courtroom did not go over well.
With who?
Well, with a lot of folks, not the least of which were the prosecutors, and that was the delay actually in getting in here. Is we knew you had some legal questions, and so we reached out for him to say, hey, Israel says he's got some questions. Are you guys available to speak to him? And I couldn't even get one. One of them was in court, and the other one said, basically, what the fuck after yesterday. So they didn't think that was too funny. Why
are they afraid I'd actually get away? Well, that would be embarrassing for them, I guess.
No, it's. I don't think that they were looking at it from that perspective.
Lawyers just don't like excitement. That's all it is.
Well, it's more of understanding that they thought we were kind of working towards a goal, and they're working on trying to keeping Vermont on board and doing everything.
I would have sent them an anonymous letter.
Yeah. And so they're kind of wondering where we're at with that. Where are we at with what's changed since yesterday?
More handcuffs. I don't know.
Yeah.
But what's changed for you, though?
Nothing. Possibly additional charges. I don't know. Well, I don't understand why it surprises me that they would take that personally at all. It really doesn't have anything to do with them. But.
Well, they didn't. I didn't interpret it as though they took it personally. They're very concerned and very frustrated because I think in their mind we had a business relationship set up here, and they worked very hard to kind of lay out their position and the things that they thought that they could potentially do that would be in your interest based on the information you've provided. And so they felt like we had a business relationship, and they felt like the actions that you took yesterday really kind of threw that out the window. And I gotta be honest, it kind of looked that way from our perspective too.
Oh, I disagree. I mean, honestly, and I know we can't go too far back into some of the original interviews that I had with them, but by their own words yesterday in their opening statement to the judge in court, I feel like they have not been honest with me about what my bottom line has been throughout all this, and that's what I wanted to talk to them about. So I'm not going to take it out on you guys, but I do have some serious issues right now. There's some sort of obvious communication breakdown over the entirety of this whole situation, and it's easy to sit there and say on the recording, we're not here to talk about the Koenig case, but the fact of the matter is that they're the same people that I talked to about that originally. So you understand my position on that. Mm-hmm. So I understand I'm not allowed to talk to that, and I've respected their wishes about not talking to them about that either without my attorney present. But I have some serious frustrations right now regarding matters related to that. So that's as far as that's concerned, and I don't think it's something that can't be worked out. I've been trying to work it out from my end, but apparently there's only so much I can do. So that's what I wanted to speak to them about, and not in a matter of any specifics regarding any other case, just like general topics. Like I say, it's topics that were discussed in open court yesterday, so it's that's a frustration to me right now that they won't talk to me about those topics, but it's okay to talk about it in open court. That's I'm not buying that, so that's okay.
Well, there are different rules for what can be done in open court because your attorneys are present, the judge is present, and when we're having discussions over here, we've got to adhere to a different set of rules.
Right, because you have me.
Right.
Sequestered away from. Right, I understand that, and I've been working on that as much as I can from my end. But there really is just like a couple very simple questions I have to ask them and I need to get a straight answer from somebody before I can move forward on it, because I'm not getting a straight answer on my end. So
okay. So you think they might be able to provide you with some
yes, I
general questions
right,
about
right, not even questions related to the case, just
And are you talking about the hearing yesterday afternoon or the hearing yesterday morning?
Yes. Well, let's see.
Because you had two hearings.
Yeah, it didn't. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. First hearing. No, it was pretty much strictly related to the afternoon hearing.
How about if you can give me the general question, we might be able to make a phone call and see if they can.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Generally.
My position has been, and I've made no secret about this, my position has been that I want to talk to them about the Koenig case and find out, where we stand with that.
But we can't do that, and they can't do that right now without.
Right. No, I understand that. But
So we don't want to talk about the Koenig case.
The impression that I spoke to him before, and he gave me the impression that he was open to that, but only if my attorneys were present. And I said, okay, fine. I'll talk to him. We'll set it up. That was a month ago. So there's communication.
Oh, I see.
That's all I can say about it, because they're not here,
right,
to state their case, their side of the story. But I do know what they've been telling me, and so if he he made it clear that, at least at that time, that he was open to that suggestion that I had, and I'm assured that. I guess it just comes down to I don't know who to believe right now, because there's something is
Fair enough.
There's a hitch in the communication somewhere.
No, that's fair.
And honestly, I wasn't that concerned about it until yesterday, and I heard some of the things that were said in court, and
some of the things that were said by the
prosecution.
Or the prosecution. Okay.
I think it was Russo who was speaking, but he was. From what he said, I was not at all happy with the. And actually, I had heard. I had heard a day or two before that hearing that was what was going on, and I had no idea. And then to hear it confirmed in court like that would kind of just, was frustrating to me. So, and honestly, I'm not gonna get it all in a tizzy about it until we can at least talk about it and find out what is going on. It's not that I'm not willing to accept people's explanations for what's going on. It's just that no one's giving me an explanation. So,
well, I guess my thought on that is we've tried to do that, and we'll continue to try to do that. But just keep in mind that all of us are, we're bound by the rules that
right,
are set down for us.
Yes.
And in some cases, the rules will be more restrictive than usual, and that's kind of what's going on here, to be perfectly honest.
Because of its high profile and all that.
Well, yeah, there's that, and then sometimes there's just additional rules that we have to live by, and like the standby counsel thing, frankly, is kind of unusual. We don't run into that very often.
Right.
And there are some other things. I'm not going to get into it because it's kind of legal stuff, and that's not really my strong suit. But just keep in mind that the attorneys are juggling more things than they normally would.
Right.
And there are things I think that we would all like to be able to talk with you about, but we just haven't had that opportunity yet.
Right, and that's my concern.
So,
are these questions that you have for the attorneys questions under the conditions that we have to speak about? Are these questions that they're going to be able to answer, or are they just going to tell you, we can't talk to you about that because it's not related?
There are questions they're probably not going to want to answer unless I have...
Okay. So it's not something that they can even answer in this environment right now?
Not right here, right now.
Okay.
But I would like reconfirmation on the previous statement that Feldes had told me. I mean, and he gave me that statement in an interview that was, with just me. And I don't know if he was saying it as an official response or if he was just saying it to placate me. But he did say he was willing to do that, to have a meeting with me and whoever, whatever counsel was required so that we could discuss things openly. And it hasn't happened.
Well, and
you think that?
And I'm not.
And you think we're this side's stalling that?
I don't know who's stalling. Somebody's stalling it.
Okay.
That's all I can say for sure. And it's not me.